and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. So the second half of the broadcast of the EWC, the Esports World Cup 2025 Global Qualifiers Day number 2. We have 2 matches remaining. We have 2 best of 7s. Game 1, Ultra Love. Game 2, Incorporeal, Pylon, Tokamak, Torches, Persephone, and Leylines. A very intense lineup here of matches. Looks like once again Last Fantasy has been vetoed. We've gotten rid of Last Fantasy, as it is the most vetoed map in the map pool, and Maganatha, the largest map in the map pool. So we've gotten rid of Last Fantasy and Maganatha, but all the other maps are going to be in play in this best of 7 between Goblin and Gabe. Let's go. Now, as we were mentioning earlier, there is some history between these 2 players. Goblin did defeat Gabe earlier in a best of 5, but now we're jumping into a best of 7 and spawning in the top right hand corner of Ultra Love. We have the German Terran player. We have the red Terran for Mouse. It is HeRoMaRinE. Big game. Let's go. God, yeah, they got a lot to say. Oh my God, Jesus. He's big, he's huge, he's massive. Ah, so big. There we go. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the Croatian Protoss. It is Goblin. Oh my Jesus! They spent like 10 minutes on Gabe, and then bam, they just spend 10 seconds on Goblin. Jesus. Regardless, here we go. We're settling into our best of 7 qualifying match, and again, Goblin did take down Gabe previously in the European qualifier, and I'm sure Gabe, he is gunning for revenge. Now, when it comes to Goblin's play, his strongest matchup is PvT. 100%, similar to Australia, actually, but that's where the similarities end. I think someone in the chat was like bringing up how different Goblin's style was, and it is. Like, Goblin has a very different approach to Australia. He is a lot more tamer in his approach, I should say, a little bit more passive, a little bit more macro oriented. Meanwhile, Goblin is more active, more aggressive. If you recall in his series against Gabe, I want to say he went Colossus every game. I want to say that he went for a Colossus variation, or at least whenever he went into Splash Damage would be Colossus. Very rarely did embrace Storm play instead. Yeah, very rarely instead. So again, he does have his own unique style here to this matchup. He was able to shut down the aggressive nature of Gabe previously, but now, you know, we've had some time to go over to ruminate and to embrace those games and to learn from them and to grow from them and to potentially have that comeback. Oh, now, as we settle into this, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our first best of 7. Let's go. Let us go. Predictions, yeah, I got you, baby. I got you. Gamba time, baby. Gamba time. Whew. But again, double gas opener out of Gabe. Now, if you recall in the previous series, which we did cover on the channel, Gabe was very aggressive. He was very aggressive versus Goblin, but Goblin was able to shut him down time and time again. This time, double gas into a faster factory. This time, going into a Cyclone opener into Cyclone drop. See where he takes us. Meanwhile, Goblin going for a standard opener, going for his own Twilight Council. Safety shield battery at the natural. Is being safe, is being secure. Reaper dips in. Doesn't get much information. And Hallucination does confirm the 111, does confirm the attack lab on that factory. So just easing into game 1. Does of course scout the Cyclone. Is aware. Rushing into an earlier tank. Delayed starport. 2 more gates on the way, so a 3-gate blink out of Goblin. Again, very safe play here from our Protoss player. And oh, we saw this previously, if you remember, the last time we casted Gabe versus Lemon. Gabe also went for a tank drop. Remember, it's early tank into tank drop, specifically to try to punish and abuse that location on the other side of the natural. So we're getting deja vu here, as again Gabe was featured earlier against Lemon at the start of this broadcast. He's going for it again. Yeah, there it is. And again, this is unique to Ultra Love just because Ultra Love does feature that position behind the mineral line. We'll see if he can get there. For now, Gabe pushing forward. The Cyclone, ooh, is going to be sniped. A better pick off here from Goblin. Nice control. Goblin shutting Gabe down. Gabe moving in. Tank has arrived. But, oh, actually headed towards the main base. Headed towards a pylon instead. Okay. Does head towards the pylon. The pylon is going to be shut down. Is going to be depower the gateway. We see Goblin trying to catch reinforcements, but there are none. And the Cybercore may go down as well. He'll at least get the gateway. Here comes the dive. It takes down the tank. Going for the medevac. Ooh, we'll bleed out a Stalker. Yeah, one Stalker goes down. Ooh, nice knife. Nice blink. Takes down the medevac, but Lasso takes a lot of hits though. Takes a lot of damage. So many Stalkers do fall. Goblin will defend, but at a cost. Doesn't lose any of his economy. I spoke too soon. The boys are being pulled. 2 probes, 3 probes going down. So a relatively successful trade here from Gabe. Did lose a tank, did lose a medevac and a cyclone, so there were some losses, some gas losses. What I will say is that Goblin, he got away with the third, right? The third base is up and running, he's able to saturate, able to make 3 probes at a time. So economically, Goblin is still in a decent position here. His tech might be a little bit delayed as he's working towards charge and a delayed forge and delayed robo, but he's recovering. Goblin's recovering. I should confirm that the main base is a little bit more exposed. Stim is on the way, but plenty of Marines. And we do see Gabe get into a zone at 5 rack setup. Ooh, blinks in. Blinks into the Marines. That's a lot of Marines. Tank does pop out in time, and Goblin, yeah, this is not it. It was not it. Big overextension here. 3 Stalkers go down. That was not worth it for Goblin. Did misjudge. And Gabe, he can turn this into a 2-base all-in. Do you see what I see? I see 2 extra Raxes with no add-ons. Yeah, no add-ons on those Raxes. +1 has begun. We have Stim, we have combat shields. Gabe, he has the option to pull the boys. He has the option to pull the boys with this. So hyper aggression here from Gabe is moving out. Medevacs on the horizon. So Gabe is moving out. Waiting for his upgrades. Waiting for his reinforcements. As he is getting halfway across the map. Still getting there. Remember, +1 is still on the way. Now, as the game progresses here, we do have Colossus in production for Goblin. So he just needs a little bit more time. Likewise, he does spot the tanks. We can see Gabe trying to catch the army out in the open. Nice knife. Keen eyes there by Gabe. Oh, likewise, caught unsieged. I'm not quite able to commit. Goblin just trying to slow Gabe down. The Colossus will soon arrive. But here come the tanks. They're getting within range. Yeah, they're getting within range here. And it's going to be a brutal fight for Goblin. Yeah, he has to commit. Zel's coming in from behind, getting on top of the tanks. He gets 1, he gets 2. And he will barely get 3, just barely. 3 tanks go down, but there's still a bio army. There's still a hefty amount of Marines and Marauders left over. Oh, okay, rotating around. Does pull away. Goblin, he holds. Okay. Goblin, he does hold on, he does survive. Has to wait a little bit longer here for a second Colossus. Likewise, army gets spotted. Army is spotted. Goblin's keeping up. Now has a Colossus, doesn't want to waste those shots. Yeah, nice kiting. Second Colossus has arrived. Ooh, brutal pickoff. Okay, if he respects the army, he backs off, and a 3rd CC is on the way. Now, what's a little bit scary about this kind of game state here is that this 3rd base for HeRoMaRinE is quite late. It's a late 3rd. Like, he was very committed. Yeah, the observer's pointing it out. Like, a late 3rd base here from Gabe. Ideally, he wanted to kill. Right? He wanted to kill Goblin, but he has failed to do so. Double jump into the main base. Goblin forced to recall. Uh-oh. And how well does he split his army? He does have 1 Colossus in position. On the right hand side. Vikings gonna be moving in. Colossus taking a lot of damage. Drop from behind. He wants that Colossus. He wants him. And the Colossus does go down. Massive pickoff. There's one Colossus left. And Gabe has done it. Gabe, he's doing it here. He will snipe the final Colossus. And with 0 splash damage, Goblin, can he hold on? Takes down the pylon. Denies the warp in. Brutal losses for the Protoss. Okay, we need those charge lots. Oh, Mind Shot's going off. This Goblin, he's barely holding on. Once again, does survive. Oh, the Mind Shots are brutal. But he survives. Oof. Catching up more Marauders, actually. Not bad. Both Medivacs as well. Takes down the Medivacs. Does survive. Gabe now expanding. Gabe's economy, Goblin's economy, though, not really what it needs to be. And again, he lost 2 Colossus in that fight. He's trying to build back up. Second starport's on the way. You have a Temper Zealot run by so far. Gabe, he's defending back at home. He still has that supply lead. I will say that Gabe still has the economic lead as well. Like, this 4th base for Goblin is late. I wouldn't be opposed to Goblin double expanding. But he's still in a rough position. Does take some ice shots to the face. The upgrades are looking nice for Goblin, though. True. That's like the one area where he does have a substantial lead. Is the upgrades. He's working on 3-2. Meanwhile, just 1-1 for Gabe. Despite that, Colossus are exposed. There's no Prism. Nice kiting, though. Nice kiting. There's still 2 Vikings, though. They're going to be focused down. Better fight here for Goblin. Much better fight. But Vikings are trickling in. Goblin is running out of steam. We need more Zealots. We need more reinforcements. Goblin saves a Colossus. Nice save. Wow, clutch save here for Goblin. Takes the fight, overwhelms the army. And suddenly Gabe is in trouble. Goblin, can he get into the mineral line? He's close. He is close here. Going for another warp in. From here, pushing forward. Brutal Mind Shot. Takes down 2 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers even. Before it's being pulled. 8 SCVs go down. Brutal damage. And Goblin is so close to breaking Gabe here and now. He's so close. Needs more warp-ins. He's got 800 minerals. Yeah, the gateway count's not where it needs to be, but there we go. There we go. Here comes a warp-in. Colossus, one more volley. Does go down. But here come the charge lots. Getting into the mineral line. And he's getting more SCV kills. Yeah, this is what Goblin wanted. He gets 7 more SCVs. He's crippling Gabe. He does cripple. Nice force field, locking down the army. Picks up more SCVs. Goes to the medevac. And Gabe just cannot keep up. Not anymore. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Goblin, he will overwhelm. And Goblin takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. Yeah, Goblin, he survived. Again, the upgrades, as we did mention before, Goblin, he had 3-2 upgrades towards the end there against the 1-1 of Gabe. Oh my god, able to take the initial fight, able to overwhelm from there. GG. GG, well played. Goblin does take game number 1, but a very intense game here. Gabe, before that, he was doing so much damage, but we pointed out how committed he was. Remember, we were pointing out how late the 3rd base was for Gabe, how committed he was on 2 bases. He was able to snipe Colossus, that is true, but he barely wasn't able to break Goblin. It was a clutch hold, is what I will say. It was very tense, very clutch hold out of Goblin to survive the aggression of Gabe. It was not easy. It did not look easy at all. But he made it through. He made it through. He survived. GG. GG. Oh my god. Let's go, the homies. Let's go. I'm sure you thermal out there. He's awake in time. He's awake in time for his boy. What time is it in Mexico? I know it's early, right? Mexico time. Oh, I see. He's awake. He's watching. He's watching. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. back. He's out there cheering for his boy. Good prism save. Yeah, there was some very nice unit control there from Goblin to save the Colossus with the prism, to reinforce, to snipe some key units, the Metamax, get into the mid line as well. Oh, GG, GG, crazy. And with that, we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Croatian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss, the homie himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Goblin. The 2v2 god himself. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the German Terran player. We have the red Terran. It is Gabe, aka HeRoMaRinE. Let's go. Let us go. And again, like coming into this, I do actually lean towards Goblin just because of what he's shown us in the past. If you maybe missed out in the European qualifiers, you might not have context as to the strength of Goblin. But Goblin took down Spirit and Gabe in a very impressive fashion during the European qualifiers. It's crazy, crazy impressive. And again, coming into this, like Goblin, we did speak about how there are certain lineups and certain avenues where there are certain players that can really excel, depending on what they play against. We were talking about how if Ryung in the qualifiers went against nothing but Terrans, I do favor Ryung to qualify for EWC. When it comes to Astray and Goblin, we did point out that their strongest matchups and where they can really excel is PvT. And if Astray and Goblin face off against these Terran players, then they can also excel and make it into the main event. And things have lined up in such a way with the qualifying matches. I want to say, like, Goblin and Astray, they have a really good chance to make it into the Esports World Cup. We'll see if Gabe and Ryung can stop them. So far, economic opener, Racked expand here out of Gabe. Bearing in mind this is a best of 7, I do not expect a 4-0. I do not expect a one-sided series. I'm hoping for a back and forth. I want to see a game 5, a game 6, maybe even a game 7. Maybe. But we'll see how Gabe will adjust. We shall see. Also, I see Tater2 in the chat. I would refrain to, you do this sometimes, I would refrain to posting images like that in our chats. Asked to refrain. Yo, what is this? Like, ESL chat? Sorry, I should say EWC chat. That's more that's more accurately modern nowadays. True. Here we go. We are stepping in. We do have our tech of choice. Could be a Twilight Council opener out of Goblin. We don't really expect anything too crazy out of our Protoss player this early on. This Twilight Council in the blink. Likewise, 1-1-1 here out of Gabe. Here, just calming down, getting to his own natural, following it up with drop play. Oh, hello. So Cyclone drop an opener here into add-on swap, but we're going into Banshees. Hallucination does confirm the add-on swap, not bad. He is aware that the tech lab is on the starport, and it is going to be Cloak Banshee out of Gabe. Goblin, he more or less is aware. He doesn't see the researching yet, but he did see the add-on swap. Likewise, does spot the drop, will deflect, will delay. Every second counts. He has time to warp in. He has time to intercept. Up, up. He wants a medevac. He does want it. Marine's going to be going down. Cyclone does come in for a lock-on. Once again, zoned away. Very nice control here by Goblin. Oh my god. Medevac does survive. Busts into the main. Goblin, he is trying to get in position. Just one Stalker. 1, 2 probes go down. Okay, has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull out. Has to pull out. I believe the Goblin, he has yet to rescout the main. He has yet to rescout. Robo's on the way, no detection yet. There's potential for damage. Okay, let's go. Banshee's making its way into the main, going towards the bases. Clerk is ready. Probe's going to be going down. And Goblin, the detection is not quite ready yet. Needs more time. Oh, heading into the bases. Okay, 5, 6, 7 probe kills. Aye, aye, aye. Observers on the way. Brutal damage here from the Banshee. Yeah, Goblin, he just barely wasn't ready in time. He saw the add-on, but he did not confirm the upgrade. And from here, snipes the Banshee. 11 probe kills. That is worth it. That's worth a Banshee. Second Banshee moving in. Yeah, despite the third base, no economy. And Gabe, he holds back at home. He holds, he defends, he attacks. With that, Gabe not looking too bad. Not looking bad at all. Looking solid. Gets 13 probe kills. From here, he's building up. Moving on with another drop. The Banshee is still active. I may have spoken too soon. Oh no, has Goblin. He barely misses the medevac drop as well. Does miss it. Third CC is on the way for Gabe. Goblin, he should have an economic lead, but not here, not anymore. Oh, gets the Banshee. Takes down the Banshee. And here comes Gabe. Gabe causing a distraction, pushing on the right hand side. Right now, I don't think there's much splash damage for Goblin, if I recall. You know, Net just now starting up Storm. Storm is on the way, no Colossus. Gabe moving in. Plenty of Zealots. Diving on the medevac's not bad. And that's target firing here from Goblin. But he just doesn't have enough. Yeah, Zealots are being overwhelmed. Has to back off. Yo, big shout out to Kitties in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thanks so much. For 14 months? Jesus, I can't believe it's been that long. For the 14 months of support. Over a year. Crazy, crazy. Thank you, thank you. Do appreciate it. Gracias, man. Gracias. All the support. Yeah, let's get after game one. Gabe, he's angry. He's angry. As I said, he's pushing in. Mind Jolts don't quite connect. Oh, they will now. Getting baited out on individual Zealots. There we go. Nice, very nice retargeting. Forcing back the army. Goblin just trying to buy time for Storm. Storm is just now finishing. Goblin, he pulls it off. Does buy enough time, but here he should have a fourth. Like, he's lacking a fourth base. A brutal Storm. Oh my god, the Storm! Yeah, Storm does pop off. And Gabe is being shut down. The army is very low. And Goblin survives. One Storm, baby. That's all it takes. Oh my god. Catching up more Marauders. Brutal trade towards the end. As Goblin beats out a lot of Stalkers go down. Expensive losses. Once again, losing 1, 2, 3 more Stalkers. Ay, ay, ay. Forcing some friendly fire. Goblin's not stopping. Goblin is quite committed. We spoke about how late his 4th base is. But without Storm, he cannot break through this bio army. Yeah, he overextends. He overextends. Loses too much. Goblin has to get the hell out of here. Goblin is still in danger. May have survived earlier with the Storm, but Gabe still has momentum. He still has a larger army, still has a better economy. Gabe is still ahead. Goblin needs more. If he can land another GC Storm, a couple more times, not even just once, a couple of times, then maybe. Really, what's killing Goblin here is the economy. Like, he's down in workers. He's almost even on bases. He needs to get something done across the map. Yes, Gabe is going for a split push. And I believe Goblin's not quite in position. Does get a medevac. Yeah, Goblin, he's not where he needs to be. It's forced to recall. Will hold. Okay. Does hold, does defend. Gabe, he's about to max. He's about to max out. Ghosts are amassing. He's getting there with his upgrades. Getting into 1-1. He's getting there. Now, if Goblin, if he can catch out this medevac, if he can shut down the drops, if he can contain Gabe and slow the game down, take another base, max out, I mean, sure. Then Goblin can pull off this comeback, but the pressure is on. The pressure is on Goblin. Okay, fanning at his units. He is spotted. Goblin going for a zealot round by. Let's go. There's a bunker to defend. Goblin pulls away. Here comes the main army. Oh. Am I just going up? I mean, in a way, Goblin, he is somewhat stabilizing, sure. Now getting a 5th base. 5th base is on the way. Gabe, he was the first to max out, but Goblin, he's caught up. Up to 3 Colossus. Viking count is kind of low. Only 4 Vikings. Okay. Catching it a ghost, getting up to 6 Vikings. A little bit more substantial. Okay, moving in. That supply lead isn't there anymore. We have +3 attack on the way for Goblin. Stolen Goblin here to try to shut down those Vikings. To attack those Colossus. Disruptor has arrived. Gabe sims in, takes out the Disruptor, not bad. Vikings they go for the Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down. Going for the Prism as well. No more micro. We'll lose every single Viking though. That was 8 Vikings falling. It will bleed out all the Vikings. He cannot fight this head on, not against 2 Colossus. Goblin, he takes the fight. Okay. Goblin shuts down the army. Nice snipe. Takes down the rocks. Gabe, he gets the hell out of there. But again, just a really rough engage for Gabe. As he threw away every single Viking. Has to back up, has to pull away. Goblin, he's back in this game. Sniping more Vikings. Very nice. Again, Goblin, he's been so intentional when it comes to at least focusing on those Vikings, at maintaining air control, or just making sure that Gabe doesn't have it. Maintaining his Colossus. Both armies are maxed. Gabe, I will say his Viking count is back up there. So a decent amount of Vikings. Likewise, what I'm most concerned by is a low disruptor count. There's one disruptor, there's a couple of storms. Okay, if he wants that disruptor. Oh, by Templar, forced out the storm. Yeah, wasted storms here from Goblin. He's trapped. He has to recall. He is pinned against the wall. Prism goes down. There's the one storm. He's cornered. The Colossus are going to be the first things to go down. Yeah, Colossus do full, and Goblin forced to trade. Has to get the hell out of here. Does get the base. Does get the mineral line. An interesting trade here. So Goblin does get a mineral line, but he bleeds out all of his splash damage. The Colossus, the Disruptors, and the High Templar has to rebuild. Trying to remax. The Viking count did still persist. Now getting into Disruptors. Getting into Novas. Jeez, oh my, that's a lot of Zealots. I was like, he has no splash damage, true, but he has a wave of Zealots. Oh my god. He has a lot of charge lots. There are no Widowmines here for Gabe, but he does have EMPs. And that's what it's going to come down to. Likewise, Goblin ideally wants to try to collapse on the army from a flank. Oh. Doesn't want to waste that charge. Storm on Marauders. Decent Nova. Nova goes off. No major connections. More Disruptors filing in. Nova connects. Zoning Storm. Gabe is collapsing in. Rushing through the storms. Pushing up the ramp into cannons and shield batteries. And we'll see if he can break through. Once again, raising the army. Nice engage here from Goblin. Collapsing in with the Zealots, and he will overrun. He's done it. Yeah, Goblin, he will clean up the entire army. Who needs Colossus? Who needs Storm when you have mass charge? Let's go. Swallows everything up. And Goblin, he's done it. He has done it. He breaks through the main army. He will overwhelm. Again, Goblin, he had a really rough start in this game, but GG gets called, and Goblin, he will take a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We'll take a 2-0 lead. Again, it was a shaky start, if you recall, with Gabe able to take better fights, able to deny bases. Goblin, it was his fourth, like pre-fourth base Goblin. He was struggling. Like, he was bleeding out so many units, bleeding out pros. He was being denied the expansion, of course. It was a shaky start there by Goblin, but he recovered, Bappy. Oh my god, once again, better upgrades. We saw that Gabe, even though he was the first to max out, he was a little bit passive. He wasn't really trading with his army. He wasn't being active on the map. He did not stop the fourth base from being taken initially, and Goblin recovered. Goblin, he recovered. He was able to build back up supply wise, take that expansion, and have a comparable army, and with a really interesting composition as well. Very light when it came to splash damage, as we saw. Like, he only had 2 High Templar, he only had like 2 Disruptors, 2 Colossus, just really gateway heavy there, with of course superior upgrades. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. It did overwhelm. Unfortunately, as we were trying to point out, Gabe didn't really have many mines himself. Typically, against that kind of army, against that very heavy Zealot composition, you do want more splash damage yourself to try to deal with that. Likewise, more Ghosts and more EMPs as well. But no, alas, he was stuck on a mainly Marauder-heavy composition, overextended as well, and GG. GG, well played. Impressive comeback there from Goblin. Very impressive. A shaky game, though, is what I will say. Was very back and forth, but with that, Goblin takes the 2-0 lead. As a reminder though, best of 7, plenty more games ahead of us. It is going to be first of 4, but we'll see if Gabe can bounce back and recover. We'll see if he can recover here. in this game as we are, or in this series as we are loading into game number 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon. We have the German Terran player, we have the Red Terran representing Mouse down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Gabe. Oh my god. That was a quick zoom. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Croatian Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss, we have the homie himself, leading the series 2-0, it is Goblin. Here we go. Here we go. But again, the reason why he was so light on window mines, I mean, I say the reason why, he did see the Zealot army ahead of time, but typically, you know, especially once you go up against a more robo, or more robo heavy composition with less charges, of course, you do want to fixate a little bit more on your Marauders, on your Ghosts, on your Liberators as well. But again, against that more like swarm toss style, that is where splash damage, where window mines do excel a lot more. Just help deal with the clumping units like the Mass Zealot. Unfortunately, Gabe didn't really have any of that. With that GG well played, we're now getting into game number 3. And welcome one and all to Pylon. Double gas opener here from Gabe. Now, 2 base all-ins are very common. They're very common here on Pylon. We have seen 2 base aggression from Gabe already here in this broadcast. I think it was in game 1, if I recall. Yeah, it was in game 1. Like it was where Gabe basically went for a 2 base all in. I say basically because eventually you took a 3rd base, but it was just a really late 3rd out of Gabe in game 1. So we'll see if he commits a little bit harder here in game 3. Okay, the rush distance by ground is very short, it's very direct. It doesn't take long at all to move out across the map. So we have seen a lot of successful all-ins from Terran and TvP here. And I'm sure that Gabe is willing to do the same. Here we go. This Reaper does go down. It's been a while since I've seen BCs in a pro game. We saw a lot of BCs last weekend during the EWC Korean qualifiers, but different kind of scenario. But we did feature a lot of BCs in the TvTs, in Bunny versus Gumiho and in Gumiho versus Ryung. Basically like mech versus mech, Giga late game TvT into like mass BC versus mass Raven sort of thing. Do recommend? It was an intense day of TvT. There was a lot of TvTs. That was a very TvT heavy broadcast in the Korean qualifier. Aye. Now though we do get 3 probe kills. Not bad. 3 probes for 1 Reaper. Very nice trade here from Gabe. He does bust into the main. Behind this, I'm curious to see what his add-ons are looking like in the main base though. Looks like Cyclone drop in initially. Tech Lab is on the way. Oh, going for the add-on swap. So it's going to be Cyclone drop into Banshee, I would assume. Which has been very trendy here. Yep, there we go. So Cyclone drop into Cloak Banshee. Now we see what the gas is being spent on. And this is where it's going to be on Goblin to determine what's going on. Remember, it was last game. Like I was trying to remember like how brutal the opener was. Oh my god. I see a lot of hits, but it was last game where Gabe opened up Cloak Banshee, where he wreaked havoc. He killed 13 probes. It was 13 probes. Like that's how rough the opener was for Goblin last game. And now rushing into Cloak Banshee once again. A Goblin has yet to confirm what's going on, and if he doesn't see what's happening, if there's no robo, if there's no detection, that could just be game. We've seen that before. Could happen again. We saw Estrella tap out earlier today because of the Cloak Banshee. Likewise, we saw Eba tap out against Björn earlier today as well because of said Cloak Banshee. But there it is, Hallucination does confirm. Kind of. He saw the researching Tech Lab, but he did not see what it was on. He just saw the research, didn't see the starport. Now, thankfully, he's going for the robo anyway, but I believe the Banshees will hit first, and this is looking very similar to game 2. looking very similar to game 2. Ay, ay, ay. Well, the Banshee's about to strike, and there's no observer ready. Now, what was it? It was 13 probe kills last time. From 2 Banshees. Army moves out, the Banshee's revealed. Robo's done, there's the observer. I think it's a 1-2 punch. Gabe is pushing in. Going for the kill. Banshee doesn't get into the natural. I feel like there's potential for damage there. Yeah, now we see the cloak. He wants the 3rd. Okay, going for the expansion. Oh. Observer has arrived. Gets the Banshee. This third base should fall. Ooh, oh my god, the clutch save. Very nice micro. Third base goes down. Goblin stuck on 2 bases. Waiting for charge. And so far, a very successful attack here from Gabe. Wasn't slowed down. Banshee towards the natural. Goblin late to react. Losing more probes. Goblin instead focusing on catching out the tanks. Can he get the? Yeah, he can. Yeah, he gets 1, he gets 2. Very nice pickoffs. Takes out both tanks. Gabe's in trouble. What does he have at home? What does he have at home to defend? Do we have a bunker? Do we have a tank line? Banshee gets 7 probe kills. What's at home though? Indy. Okay, there's a tank. There's 1 tank. It's going to be targeted down. Gabe, he's in trouble. The boys are being pulled. Tank does fall. Delay some of these Raxes. It's 1, 2 SCVs. Gabe holds. Whew, Gabe, he does hold on. But again, the tank count is non-existent. Goblin did re-expand. Working once again. Remember, there's no stim. But there soon will be. Goblin playing with fire. Stim done in 10 seconds. Goblin pulls away. Yeah, no salvage. No salvage on the bunker. Army is spotted. And behind this Goblin, he has no Storm. With Storm, he can hold on. It's going to be a clutch hold here. No shield batteries. High Templar ready. Gabe, he scans. He saw the High Templar. Oh, that's my shot. He didn't know. Storm done in 3 seconds. Yeah, Gabe, he just assumed the Storm was ready. Does play scared. That Goblin is buying time. Now Gabe still has the advantage. Like Gabe, he's on 3 bases. He's up in workers, up in economy, up in army. I mean, hey, he was here last game as well. True. Well, he had a massive lead. But Goblin was able to take better fights. Nice Storm. Look at that once again. Goblin playing a lot better than yesterday? I don't think that's true. Like, Goblin, he popped off yesterday. What do you mean? Like, Goblin beat Gumiho, right? Like, he was looking crazy good. Likewise, collapsing the army. Storms are ready. Not the best connections. And again, Gabe, he has the army size on his side. As long as he can avoid those storms. Oh. Nice storm. Yeah, decent storm towards the end. Much better here as well. Oh my god, he just takes the storms to the face. But but he might still have too much. Another storm pops off. Okay, running through the storms.
I'm here in the shadows.
EMP connects with the Prism, not with the High Templar. High Templar still safe. Backing up those storms. Loving these baits here. I'm cleaning this up. Does clean this up. Colossus has arrived. And again, despite the advantages here from Gabe. Oh, I say that. Brutal matchup, brutal connection. Shell takes down 2 Stalkers. Goblin playing with fire. Zealous get into the mid-line. SCV's going to be going down. Very nice. Colossus has to get the hell out of there. 6 SCV kills. Again, Goblin clawing his way back in. Like, this is still like Gabe's game. Like he still has a lead. Still has the advantage. 2 Vikings go down. Every little bit counts. Goblin. Oh my god. EP connects. Snipes High Templar. 2 High Templar left. Nice storm. Oh my god, he runs out though. Okay, that was the final storm. Prism goes down. Yeah, Goblin, he's in trouble. He's in danger. He has to get the hell out of here. Forced to engage. Do we have any High Templar left back at home? Does he have any storms? He does. Does have a couple of storms. Throws down 1. Ah, but there's barely a Gateway army. Yeah, Gabe, he's done it. Gabe, he's done it. He breaks through the base, breaks through the expansion. Again, this is the army. 2 Colossus, 3 Archons, 1 High Templar. Goblin, he barely has a standing army. Again, this game just comes down to the economy. Like, he just has been down in economy the entire game. You can see Goblin trying to double expand. Like, he needs bases. He needs expansions. And Gabe is here to make a series out of this. Goblin saying, just someone give me a 4th. Ah. And Gabe should never allow the 4th base to finish. Like, he's going to be rotating and making sure that he can just rotate, keep an eye on the bases, and knock them down time and time again. That's a Gabe's win condition. Just knock down the bases. Ensure that Goblin never expands. Yep, he rotates off the ramp. Spots the expansion. EMP on the High Templar. Colossus goes down. We get a decent storm. And hey, we're holding on. Okay. Goblin, he's holding. Let's see, can he get that 4th base up and running? If so, he can recover. Oh, this is greedy. That's a little greedy, Pappy. Goblin triple expanding. Building up. So building up, catching a couple of stray units here and there, nothing major yet. Like, Gabe is maxed out. And again, we have to make these storms count. Oh, that's a lot of Vikings though. A lot of Vikings bullying back the army. We get some okay storms. Goblin, he has 3 High Templar. Ugh. It's not a lot. Oh, the Prism! No! Jesus. Calm down, Indy. Don't pan away. Prism goes down. Yeah, there's no Prism. Storm does not connect. And there we go, Gabe. He does break through. Once again, he takes the main fight, takes down all the High Templar. And this time we should keep pushing. He should just keep pushing to a win here. There should be no saving these bases. Not anymore. It starts us forward, never goes off. No major connection. Base goes down. GG gets called, and Gabe, he will fight back. He'll put a point on the board. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a rough start here from Goblin. A rough start when it came to just trying to maintain his bases. If you recall, his third base was sniped. His third base was sniped early on. Unfortunately, Goblin, he was just unable to keep up with the army movement, with the army push across the map. He was unable to slow it down. And with his first third base falling, he never really recovered from that. He was trying to re-expand and trying to saturate, but he was always down a base, down in economy, down in workers. And with that, even though I would say that Goblin was out trading Gabe, he was taking better fights. The reality is that he couldn't afford those losses. Like, he would land some incredible storms, he would pick off and snipe some key units, but Gabe can just replace it. And Goblin, he would bleed off a High Templar here and there, a Colossus here and there, and again, losses that he just could not maintain, could not afford. GG. GG, well played. Whew, hi. So again, just a really rough start there for Goblin to be losing that third base when he did, and again, just fell behind economically early on, never quite did recover. Let's go. Let us go. Terran's already got the fourth done. As a reminder, like a reason why we saw such a low base count and such a low economy there was because of the death of the third early on from the side of Goblin. Like, he just lost a lot of bases early, did fall behind. But here we go, we're now getting to our next game and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tokamak. We have the German Terran player, we have the Red Terran representing Team Mouse. The comeback has begun. Takes the game. We'll see if he can tie things up. It is Gabe, HeRoMaRinE. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have the Croatian Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is Goblin. Here we go. Here we go. Whew, as welcome one all to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in the map pool, much more defensive map as well, known for longer macro games, and I would say that Goblin should have a bit of a more comfortable time here when it comes to preserving his bases, taking a third, taking a fourth, and maintaining those bases as well. I would say that the pressure is going to be on Gabe to try to punish as well as he did last game. Where the map this time is going to be working against him. Again, we did mention it at the time, but Pylon is a much smaller map. Pylon favors aggression. That's why Gabe had a much easier time pushing out and breaking the third when he did, and also just non-stop like pushing, pressuring, getting to the fourth base, fifth base as well. The map does favor that more aggressive style. Here, less so. As Gabe is going for the CC on the high ground. And we're calming down. We're calming down. Getting into our game. Whew. Oh boy. We're going to be settling in. From here, we're expecting a Twilight Council opener into Blink, like nothing crazy. Likewise, I should also emphasize that it wasn't just that Gabe was able to break the third base early on, but if you remember, the Banshee was also able to add quite a bit as well. Once again, we saw that Goblin had a really hard time scouting and confirming the Cloak Banshee 2 games in a row now. 2 games in a row has struggled to scout and struggled to confirm and struggled to react. Oh, hello. Racks into Tech Lab into add-on swap. Early Cyclone. Early Cyclone here out of Gabe. Settling in. Oh, we have 2 more gates on the way, so it's going to be 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink, standard open out of Goblin into a third base. We don't really expect much like deviation here. I think he's going 3-gate blink every game so far in the series. Just very safe play out of our blue Protoss. From here, we have seen him mix it up and go into either charge or even into faster or storm. But should be feeling safe to just take a third base and expand. Hallucination Scout does get into the main, is cleaned up, but does scout the production. Does confirm there is no add-on on the starport. There's no Cloak Banshees this time, thankfully. But there is a Mind Drop. Mind Drop is on the way. Followed by Cloak. Yo, Gabe, he likes his Cloak Banshees. 3 games in a row. Let's go. So Mind Drop into Cloak Banshee. And this time will Goblin confirm. Mind Drop is coming in. Goblin does pull away. Does pull away in time. And will minimize losses. I say that 4 probes going to be going down. Nice damage here with the Cyclone. Not a bad start for Gabe. And more importantly, he distracts Goblin. And Goblin, does he scout the main base? He does have a robot on the way. Working towards observers. Hopefully. Hopefully. As the drop does come back home. Does come back. Decent pickups there with those Marines. Charge as a follow-up. Banshee is revealed. And this time there is detection in time. Whew, let's go. Yeah, this time he has detection. This time he does force back the Banshee. This time, no 13 probe kills. Even sniping a Revac. Yeah, much better setup here from Goblin. Just bullying back Gabe. Has a decent Stalker count. Can even go into the main. And he's going for it. He's going into the main base. Can he snipe Stim? Stim! It's going to be shut down. Very nicely done. Deny Stim. It's going to be a one-way trip, though. Has to go further in. Further into the bases. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a one-way trip. He cannot recall. He might try to, but he will lose everything. Goes for the recall, and he saves 3. There we go, saves 3 Stalkers, but gets 7 SCV kills. Gets 7 SCVs. Deny Stim. Stim is heavily delayed. That delays the push as well from Gabe. Is going to be a delayed move out. Third CC is on the way. Gabe, he's not going all in. He's expanding. But he's stuck at home. He's stuck at home. And this means that Goblin can freely expand. He just freely expand to take more bases. Take his third. Tech up. Now working towards Colossus. Forge on the way. Let's go. Get into his upgrades. Gabe just fighting for his own third. Does move out. Okay. Does move out, does push. Double Banshee here can one-shot probes. So despite Goblin getting quite a bit done early on here, still bleeds out 6 more workers. Nice counterattack here by Gabe. Headed towards the main. At the same time, the main army towards the third. Goblin, can he keep up? The 4th base is going to be denied. Let's it finish. Okay, does cancel. Does cancel the 4th. 14 probes. I spoke too soon earlier when I said, he defends against Banshees. Does lose 13 workers. 16 probes going down. Brutal damage dealt here by the Banshees. And it was 16 probe kills and a denial on the 4th. So very nice counterattack here from Gabe. Shuts down the economy. Goblin is hurting. Gabe takes a lead. Gabe does take a lead. Goblin trying to be active. Has to retake the base. Oh! Uh-oh. Okay, we good. that was scary. Runs into a tank line. There is a prism into the main though, and Gabe, is he ready for this? Uh-oh. He is. Yeah, he did have an army in position. Zelsa got into the mineral line, but they won't get much done. 2 SCVs. Only 2. And we spoke about this at the start of the game here. Oh my god, it's a prism! My financial goes off. We spoke about this at the start here, how defendable you are on 3 and 4 bases. So your 4 base setup here from Gabe is going to be very secure. And would have been secure for Goblin, but he missed the move out, right? He missed the push. Wasn't able to delay it, wasn't able to slow it down. So Gabe, he's secure on 3 and soon to be 4 bases as well. And he's going to be able to max out. So Gabe should be the first to max, should be the first to push. It's going to be on Goblin to keep up as he's building up his disruptors. It's going to be on Goblin to recover, which is possible. To slow down the army, to delay the move out. Working on a second robo. Mine shot's about to go off. Oh, just the one. Nice catch on the tank. Tank was on siege. He gets 1, he gets 2. Oh my god. Yeah, better engagement here for Goblin. But the Colossus is getting very low. Nova goes off. Nice connection. But the Colossus is going down one after the other. 0 Colossus left. And no juggling with the War Prism. Very intense fight here. Goblin will lose all the Colossus at the same time, and Gabe loses all his tanks. It's a very back and forth trade. Goblin now relying on a gateway army. Rebuilding his Colossus. And what's important here, because they fought on Gabe's side of the map, Goblin, his bases are safe. Remember, Goblin, he was down in expansions, down in workers, but because he's fighting out in the open or out on the map, his bases are safe. His economy is secure. He's back in this game. Nova's popping off. Uh-oh. Nice connection. Better connection here as well. Gets a Ghost. Ghost goes down. Gabe, he's hurting. It's a low supply in Vikings. Yeah, forced to land. As Gabe is taking up in towards the Liberator. Fusion Core into Liberators, into upgrades as well. Goblin, he has map control. Now, is Goblin one to go into Sky Toss? That I'm less certain of. Australia, 100%. Goblin, I don't know. I mean, we're still looking to max out. Goblin does also have a double robo setup. Getting another expansion, still staying on a low gas count. Just mass mineral, just mass swarm toss. We'll see if Gabe can slip by. See if Gabe can slip by. The Banshee's about to get caught out. Oh. Double drop towards that inside. Double drop in towards that expansion. I believe Goblin doesn't really have anything in position to defend. Yeah, force a recall. Force a recall, has to race back. Oh, the base is still denied. We see here Marine pushing towards the left hand side as well. Goblin, he does miss his move out completely. Yeah, Goblin out of position. The base is going to go down. Takes down 2 expansions, top left and center left as well. Yeah, Nova won't connect. Goblin just in an awkward position. He's trying to engage, bleeding out some units. Another base is going to get denied as well. Yeah, there's no saving that. That's 3 expansions. That's a lot of Vikings. Jesus. Does try to push forward. Novas, they graze the army. Drop going back in. This time Goblin is ready. This time he's ready. Once again pushing forward. Vikings, they pop off. They catch 2 Colossus. 2 more Colossus going down. Oh. Better Nova. Better Nova Zelda coming from behind. Oh, better friendly fire. Goblin, calm down. Still a better fight though. Better fight for a Goblin. Farmiri can't keep pushing. He resets the Viking count. I say resets down to 3. So it'll be 6. So again, Goblin pushing in. A crazy blink forward. But these Zealots, they've been the MVPs. And we saw it in the last game as well. Go now getting into +3 armor, working towards +1 shields. Once again, this upgrade heavy style. HeRoMaRinE also working on 3-3 as well, to be fair. Storm finally on the way. Getting to Storm, getting to Disruptors. Still quite tense. And Goblin does expand, but we'll see if he can maintain these bases. As I believe he does miss a drop again for the 2nd time. Drop moves in. Goblin, he can't respond. Oh, does overreact. A little bit trigger happy. Top left is denied. Nice catch on the Metamax though. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 Metamax. Jesus. We do see a bit of a miss rally here from Gabe. Throwing away some units. Storm coming in. Doesn't quite connect though. And no major connections coming in from behind. Novas, they shut down the Ghosts. But does Goblin have enough? He's running out of Zealots. Yeah, he's running out of charge ults. He has to retreat. Just barely not enough. Does warp in. Does warp in time. Remember, now that upgrade lead from Goblin is not as large as it once was. Okay, but he can hold his own. Likewise, we haven't seen much counterattacks from Goblin. Not denying a CC. And we might be just trading a base for a base. Goblin forced to come back home. Another Nexus is going to be falling. Goblin racing back. Can he catch this army? Nah, I won't be able to. Won't quite be able to. Better moves here from Gabe. Snipes the Nexus, rotates towards the right hand side. He is spotted by the Observer. Goblin knows. Okay, people deny another base. Oh, the Prism! Prism pulls away. Goblin coming in from behind. Trying to collapse on the army. Shows those Novas. Nice EMP on the Storm. Yeah, no Storms. Kites well. Goblin, he has to rely on those Novas. Gets an okay connection. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, not really what he's looking for. Disruptors go down. Goblin, he's in trouble. He's in danger here. No Storm, no Colossus, no Disruptors. Yeah, we stim, we win. Oh god, never mind. Storm comes in. Storm connects. Oh my god. The Storms are coming in. Still very close. No Storms left. But Gabe, he will lose everything here. We'll lose the army. Goblin, he survives. but lost what? Another 3 expansions. Like once again, Goblin just cannot take top left. He's been trying. Like we've been here before where Goblin's economy is killing him, the lack of economy. He needs bases. Let's get behind some of these mineral lines. Doing what he can. Being up a couple of SCVs. But Gabe, he still just cannot he can just outproduce. Just outproduce here. Claiming another expansion. Another CC. Storm and Marauders. They can take it. Brutally MP. Yeah, the high template that were stacked. Has a couple of storms remaining. Some okay connections. But yeah, Gabe, at this point, like, he has an overwhelming army. He's had the better economy for quite some time. With that, has maxed out. Okay, coming in from behind as well, just stimming forward. We get a couple of storms here, but there's no zealots. There's no more zealots, no more stalkers. Okay, he will overwhelm. And he will tie this series up. Goblin had some strong fights, don't get me wrong. Did have some better fights. But it came down to the money, to the bases, to the workers. GG gets called, and Gabe, he will tie the series up 2-2. We have a back and forth. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, Goblin just had a very hard time maintaining his bases here, whether it was the northern bases or the southern bases as well. Hatcheries, sorry, Nexus, they were just going down time and time again. The bases, less so the mineral lines, the workers were being preserved, which was impressive, but the Nexus, they were falling. They were just being knocked down time and time again. Gabe just never really allowed a Goblin to maintain any kind of semblance of an economy, and GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, Gabe does tie things up. We have a tied up series here. We have a back and forth. And we'll see who takes a lead in the series. Who will gain that momentum between Goblin and Gabe. Let's go. Let's go here. And again, really impressive play there from Gabe. I mean, once again, it all did start with the early push, denying the expansion, sniping a base. And on top of that, despite the fact that initially the Banshees didn't get much done, if you remember, they still got, what was it, 14 or 15 probe kills. It was a little bit later, but it was at the third location. The Banshees, they got insane damage while the fourth base was under fire. Like, Gabe, he was still able to make use of those Banshees. He has gone Cloak Banshee, 3 games in a row at this point, and every time he's done so, he's been very successful. Has just traded so well and gotten so much value out of those Cloak Banshees. Goblin has been having a really hard time keeping up with them and minimizing losses. GG. GG, well played. With that, Gabe does take 2 games in a row here, and up next, again, we'll see who takes the lead in this series. It's still best of 7, still plenty of games ahead of us. We could even go all the way to the ace match. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of torches, we have the Croatian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss being forced into a tight series. Can he bring it back? It is Goblin. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of torches, we have the German Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Mouse, tying up the series 2-2, bringing him all the way back into this. It is Gabe, HeRoMaRinE. Oh boy. And welcome one to Torches. Torches is similar to Pylon in the sense that it does have a short rush distance by ground, short rush distance by air as well. Aggression is favored here, and we saw Gabe make full use of that on Pylon, just moving out, breaking the third base early on, and breaking the economy, and once again just being able to overwhelm Goblin over time, similar to what we saw actually on Tokamak as well. As we once again have double gases from Gabe. Double gas opener. Now, for the past 3 games, without fail, Gabe has gone for a Cyclone drop into Cloak Banshee, or Wouldn't Mind drop into Cloak Banshee. It's been drop, then Banshee play, just straight up. Every single game for the past 3 games. Do we do something like that again? I think so, especially on Torches. It's going to be a given, 100%, right? No. Not again. Here we go. Has to have that faster factory. So factory into CC. And again, our eyes are going to be on Gabe when it comes to his starport, when it comes to the add-on swap. Reaper moves out. Investing into a second Reaper, okay. Head towards the bases. Poking in. Shouldn't get much done. Oh, I say shouldn't. Does get 1 probe kill. Does pull away. Sentry follow-up here out of Goblin. Does need that hallucination. There's the starport. And we do see Gabe is going to be opening up double Reaper, Hellion, followed by the add-ons. Okay. Now it does poke in. Does poke in. There we go. Tech Labs are on the way. Reaper Hellion busting into the mineral line. He wants probe damage, and he's going to get it. Oh, the probes are lining up. Getting up to 3 probe kills already. Can he get 4? Looks like he... Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close here. Gets further in. Barely does not. Okay, just 3. 3 workers for 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Back and forth trade. I would say still maybe a little bit better here for Goblin. As ideally want more than just a 1-to-1 trade here for workers. Regardless, at least gets a full scout on the main base as well. And here comes the early tank. Okay. So very early tank production here from Gabe. The last time we saw this was on Ultra Love, if you recall, where we saw the drop behind the mineral line. Or technically against Goblin, he went for the pylon at the main. But yes, he's not going for Cloak Banshee. Okay. So for the first time in a long time, not going Cloak Banshee. Goes Cyclone drop into tank drop. So hyper aggression here from Gabe. Initially is deflected. Hallucination moves in. Hallucination does confirm the tank is already done. Does confirm no tech lab on the starport. Here comes the second drop. So here comes that tank drop. And he can go for a Doom drop into the main. It'll be risky, but he could try to pull it off. Does threaten the dive. Yeah, it does go for the boost. Does unload behind the mineral line. Tank will siege. Boys are being pulled. And we'll see if this is going to be worth it here. Gets 7 probe kills so far. Takes down the sentry. That say 7 gets 11. 11 workers and pulls away with a full drop. Does pull away. Does cost Goblin, sorry, does cost Gabe a tank. But he gets 11 workers, 15 in total. Yeah, this is a solid trade. And once again, he does take a worker lead. And that's what Goblin has, sorry, that's what Gabe has been relying on these past 2 games. It's just been all about the economy. Just maintaining a greater economy. We saw that on Pylon. We saw that on Tokamak. We see it on Torches. Yeah, 3rd CC's on the way. Gabe is expanding. Just playing out a longer game. Makes sense. From here, does reposition. While he keeps the Stalkers busy, slips out with that drop. Header for the third. Yo, we can even heal up with the pad. That's true. Heal up. There are some Zealots in position though. At least an army. Can respond. Ooh, meanwhile, Goblin, he gets distracted. 2 Stalkers going down. Ay, ay, ay. He had 2 Stalkers. Likewise, 3 more Pros going to be going down. Goes for the Stalker. Will not get the Stalker. Does get the Sentry, though. Takes out the Sentry. Main army moving in once again. There are going to be a lot of charge lots, so this push I'm not too convinced by. Yeah, the tanks are going to be going down. Goblin getting a full surround. Takes down both tanks, takes down the Widow Mines. Yeah, Gabe just getting a little bit too excited, a little bit too cavalier. Did not have to push in. With that, resets the tank count. Goblin back in this. You know, we don't really get to see many players just get out of their way to take advantage of the healing pad, but I appreciate it. Tops up his army. Let's go. Again, the healing pad does benefit Protoss the most, just because they don't really have a way to heal up their units outside of shields. So pretty impactful. Likewise, collapsing the army. Coming in from behind as well. Nice trades here from Goblin. Taking down some Marauders, taking down Marines. And it's getting into Colossus, not Storm. Okay, still has that greater economy. Goblin needs to get his 4th base up and running. Goblin's still behind. Does get a couple of Marines. Picks up a couple of units. But yeah, the 4th base is still just now starting, actually. Oh, good. Yeah, late 4th at a Goblin. Okay, looking to trade. Once again, Gabe has to be careful to overextend. Like, he doesn't have to push through. But Widow Mines will zone away. Still better trades here for the Terran. A couple of Zealots. A couple of Charge Lots. Colossus are revealed. Now we have Viking production here from Gabe. Peeling off into the main. We'll see if Goblin can maintain his army. Mine shots are brutal here. Yeah, the Zealots crumble. Okay, I'm still looking to push through. It's back at home. He's building up Vikings. We can just calm down. Wait for said Vikings. Oh god, as the mine shots are brutal here. Once again, an insane connection on the Zealots. Cave coming with the drop, denying mining. The 4th base is late to begin with. Now Pros are being targeted. Okay, 4 more workers. And again, here they come. We have double starports and double reactor production. They make 4 Vikings at a time. Ghosts are building up as well. Gabe just getting further ahead. Now, can Goblin stabilize? Now, Goblin, he's been in some disastrous positions before in this series, and he's been able to recover. True. Now though, typically with better fights, typically with better upgrades, right? He's got +3. +3 is almost done. He's building up disruptors as well. There's always potential with purification overs. There's potential here to surround the army and flank the army. So there are opportunities, but in a head-on fight, less so. Drop into the mineral line, get some more probes. 6 more workers go down, mining is denied. Now Gabe's been ahead for quite some time. Like the past 5 minutes. Or even more than that. Like it's been a strong game so far here from Gabe. So he's moving in. Goes off. Vikings, they can just dominate the skies. There's so many Vikings. Oh my god. They get one, they get both Colossus. From here they can land. They have a decent connection. Vikings have landed. And again, it was off of a more unique build here from Gabe, going for the early tank drop, which was worth it, if you recall. That's when Gabe took his lead. Dealing critical damage early on once again. So it's away the army, takes down 10 more SCVs or 10 more probes. Gabe is about to max out. He should keep trading. Ideally, he does want to just keep engaging, keep trading with the army, diving on those disruptors. There he goes off. He's turned away. Can clutch engage here from Gabe, avoids the Novas. Does for the most part avoid them. One Nova does connect. Goblin, he's maxing out himself. He has a Supermax, or he's getting into a Supermax army here with Mass Zealot. He's taking on a low probe count. More probes going down. Oh, that splits though. Nice pre-spread here from Gabe. Takes down the expansion, keeps on pushing. So far just playing clean. Playing solid. So hoping to avoid those mine shots to the face. Or sorry, to Novas to the face. Better Nova here from Goblin. He does get some better Novas. Takes a better fight. Gabe has to calm down. So calm down, take it slow. And it doesn't connect this time. And you see Gabe pushing towards the third, or towards the fourth base. Gets into the mineral line, stims in, bold move, gets 2 disruptors. Takes down 2 more disruptors. With this, forced to be pulled away. And as they do connect. And a bit of a messy fight here, but overall Gabe, yeah, he has enough. He has enough, he can't keep pushing, takes down the Colossus. Stims on in. And again, just a really rough start here from Goblin to lose so many workers early on. Once again, to be denied that economy. Oh, let's heal up. Let's go. Oh, there's just so much healing going on. Oh, God. The army fully topped up. Crazy. I love how Indy shook through the camera. I appreciate it. I would have as well. Oh, it does take some moves to the face though. Has to calm down. Fully topped up the yes, exactly. That healing pad is an enabler. You think you stimmed enough for the day? No, 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 no. Keep going. Keep stimming. Don't stop. Feels bad, man. Yeah, and GG gets called again. Gabe will snowball out of control. He breaks the main army, breaks the expansions, and Gabe, he will take a lead in the series. GG. Does take a lead here. Again, a very solid set of matches here from Gabe. What I will say is that he did mix things up here. As a reminder, in this game, Gabe, he did not actually play Cloak Banshee. For the past 3 games, he has been going into Cloak Banshee and has been wreaking a lot of havoc and has been crippling the economy of Goblin. This time, he went for an early tank drop. He went for an early tank drop instead, which was also very successful. Killed a bunch of workers, crippled a Goblin early on, and with that, Gabe was able to defend against a counterattack, able to maintain his economic lead and snowball from there. TvP is just a really momentum-based matchup, and especially if you're getting economic damage done early on, it can be so difficult to recover. I say difficult, not impossible. Like, there are ways to recover, but again, you have to rely on counterattacks, zealot run-bys, prison drop into a base, out-positioning, or just out-trading your opponent. It is difficult here to recover, but and we saw that unfortunately Goblin just wasn't quite able to bounce back. He was trying to play catch up for most of this game, never quite did catch up in the end. GG. GG well played, and we need to see Goblin tighten up his early game here. For the past 3 games, whether it's with Cloak Banshee, whether it's with tank drop, he has been sustaining a lot of losses, and he just hasn't been able to recoup from that, to deal as much counter-attack damage or just been able to be greedy enough to like sustain those losses either. Like, it's been some rough 3 games here for Goblin, and oh my god. And it makes sense. It does make sense. Gabe is now on match point. 1 more game and Gabe will claim the series. So it looks like the players have asked for a break. Looks like they've asked for a break here. I do think the Goblin has to just take a step back, take a breath, calm down. And again, we need to tighten up that early game, defense, and get into a more secure mid game. Because again, for the past 3 games, Goblin has gone into the mid game behind. And it's been impressive to see Goblin, despite that, fight back and make a game out of it, and even make it closer than otherwise should be, despite just how rough the early game has been in the past 3 games for Goblin. That has been impressive. Imagine one of these games if he's not getting into the mid game behind, right? Imagine if he actually has like a stable economy to begin with. It'd be crazy. I mean, we saw that in game 1 and game 2. That kind of, actually, for this game, it was also very shaky. So we'll see. We'll see if we can tighten up. Again, does need to take a moment here. Take a breath, take a moment, and we'll see how he feels when he returns. For now, going on a short break, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, in 3 minutes time, with the conclusion of Gabe versus Goblin. See you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Oh, welcome back to our series here, to a qualifying match to our best of 7 between Gabe and Goblin. We are jumping in and spawning in the top left-hand corner. We do have the German Terran player. We have the red Terran. It is HeRoMaRinE. Jesus. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Croatian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is Goblin. Here we go. We are going to be settling in to game number 6. Oh, here we go. And again, Gabe is on match point. Gabe is on match point. He's up 3-2, and one more game, and he will claim the series and advance on into the Esports World Cup. Goblin has to fight back here and now to have a chance at the ace match. To have a chance here, another chance, another opportunity to make it. Oh boy. Here we go. And again, Goblin had a really strong start to the series, but as we have mentioned over the past 3 games here, it has been all about the early game defense, the early game aggression out of Gabe has been very successful when it comes to dealing critical economic damage that Goblin has not been able to recover from. It just hasn't happened. Like, time and time again, he'll bleed out workers, lose an expansion, and fall behind and stay behind. We'll see if Gabe will pull that off again. Once again, double gas open out of Gabe, going for a faster factory. We'll see if he goes for another tank drop. We'll see if he goes for another Cloak Banshee setup. Our eyes are on Goblin. Sorry, our eyes are on Gabe. When it comes to Goblin here, he's been going for these safer openers, but despite that, has been torn apart. I say safer openers, we haven't seen him stay on 2 bases a little bit longer, take gases and go for a Robo or go for a Storm. He's been going for 3-gate Blink into a 3rd time and time again, but has been having a hard time maintaining those bases and maintaining that economy. Let's go. Let's jump into game number 6. Reaper does poke in. Pokes into the bases. We do have a tech lab on the way on the factory, so it is going to be Reaper into reactor and factory into tech lab. No Hellion. No Hellion, no mine drop. Lab is done, going for the early Cyclone into Starport, into, I would imagine, Cyclone drop initially, but after that could go for an add-on swap into in towards Banshee play, or could keep the Tech Lab and go for a tank drop. We'll see. We shall see. The hallucination does get eyes on the setup. Yeah, there it is, tank drop. Okay, so we have the answer here. It's going to be Cyclone into tank, no add-on swap into medevac into tank drop across the map. So really fast tank production here by Gabe. And we've seen this build twice so far in the series. We saw it on Ultra Love, and of course we saw it a couple of games ago as well on Torches. We saw it on Torches. We saw it on Ultra Love. Hallucination does come from the tank, he knows. Okay, now Goblin is aware, but can Goblin stop this? Can he save his throws this time? So he does spot the drop. He's aware. Okay, he's rallying across the map. We do see Goblin trying to engage ahead of time. Going for the Cyclone. Very nice control. Saves the Cyclone. Cyclone is saved. Stalker is... sorry, the Cyclone is going to be sniped. Tank is a little bit far back. Going for the Cybercore. Marines going straight for the main base mineral line. And probes are going to be targeted. He gets so far 1, gets 2, gets 3. 3 probes going to be going down. Gets 3 workers. Nice mining time. A nice start here for Gabe. And the tank does unsiege. Does get the hell out of there. Okay. Now, what I will say is, once the opener dies down here, this is damage, true, from Gabe, but no critical damage. Not like last time, or not like the past 3 games. Oh, meanwhile, Goblin does try to punish. One more volley. Doesn't quite get the tank. It was close. Yeah, it was close. The tank does survive. There was one volley that was wasted on the Marines earlier. The tank does make it out. Does make it out. Nice Raven Harasser into the bases. Does hit the third. Going for the natural as well. At the same time, Goblin going for the counterattack. Let's go. SCVs are going to be falling. So we do have a back and forth. Yeah, 4, 5, 6 SCV kills. Gabe has nothing at home to defend, by the way. He has a handful of vanilla Marines. And he's using so many SCVs. For the first time in a long time, Goblin with a stronger early game. Yeah, much stronger start, but oh god, here comes the main army. Takes down the shield battery. Goes to the Archers pylon. Will deny charge. Yeah, charge is depowered. Ay. Without charge, it's gonna be a tough hold. Stalkers are coming from behind. Goes to the blink. Dives on the tanks. Boys are being pulled. He gets 1. He gets 2. He's gonna get all 3 tanks, but at a cost. Yeah, 7 probe kills. This would have been a cleaner game here. If he had just had charge finishing up after the fact. So we have back and forth. That does boost away. Does boost away. Goblin catching up some of the fire. Remember, charge is done. But still a very back and forth early game. Both players did sustain losses. Once again, making use of that healing pad. Love to see it. Do love to see it here. Double jump into the main. Goblin's keeping up. He deflects the drop. Main army in between the bases. Goblin trying to surround. Who surrounds who? Might also get baited out. Chop towards the Cybercore. Should get the snipe. Not bad. Cybercore goes down. Gateway as well. Golden building up his own Colossus. 4th base is on the way. Gabe is trying to stem in. Goblin, he's vulnerable right now. Where's the rest of the army? Waiting for warp pins. Bay goes down. Colossus still in production. And Gabe just forcing his way in, going for the Robo. Yeah, brutal pick off here. Takes out the Robo, denies the Colossus. And without the Colossus, how do we defend? How do we hold on? With the boys. Boys are being pulled. Goblin getting desperate. Gabe, has he done it? It looks like he has. Yeah, he has done it. He will overwhelm. Things they weren't looking too bad here for Goblin, but unfortunately, last he lost the Robo. Charge was denied as well. It was delayed earlier. Things have just got out of hand far too quickly here. As Gabe, he busts into the main. Gets into the middle line. More probes going to be going down. Still rallying just across the map. And despite Goblin taking down Gabe last week in the EWC European Qualifier, despite having a 2-0 lead as well, Gabe, he recovered. He was able to recover, able to lock in. He locked in, back. Let's go. And he is getting his revenge. Getting his revenge here. As Goblin, he's holding, takes down a couple of medevacs. But Gabe, he just has to consolidate his army, wait for reinforcements, and move in once again. With the second wave, with the second push. And now moving forward. Different game state here if there was a Colossus. Of course, there is none. Was sniped earlier. We have a 7 gateway explosion. Goblin, he can't spend his money. Yeah, gateways went down earlier. And with that, the base has been broken. The third falls. And from here, we can go for the fourth. True. Yeah, there's a scan. Spots a fourth base. He wants it. Wednesday bar as well. GG gets called, and Gabe, he will claim the series 4-2. Gabe, HeRoMaRinE, he will qualify for the Esports World Cup. GG. Ga, papi, ga. GG, well played. A very impressive comeback here from Gabe. He started things off down to 0. It was a crazy start to the series, is what I will say. Goblin had momentum, but alas, Gabe, he was able to recover. He was able to have some very aggressive openers, very aggressive builds. He was able to excel with them as well to be able to overwhelm Goblin with Cloak Banshees, with early tank drops as well. My heart goes out to Goblin. He had an amazing performance here in this year's EWC qualifiers. No one expected Goblin to be here, to be this close to making it to Esports World Cup. That is crazy. For Goblin to have beaten Gabe, for Goblin to have beaten Spirit, for Goblin to have beaten Lambo as well during the European qualifiers, for Goblin to even be here in the global qualifier as well, and even beating Gumiho earlier. Like, Goblin, he had a really, and even here in this series, like, he had a really strong showing, really strong performance in these qualifiers. But last barely doesn't cut it. And that's the brutal thing here about these qualifiers. You know, only one can rise, the other must fall. And in this case, it was Gabe. It was Gabe. He does rise. He will be a part of the Esports World Cup. Congratulations to Gabe. My condolences to Goblin. Again, would have been a lovely kind of dark horse story to have followed him. Again, he was the underdog coming into this series. He's the underdog of the qualifier, even alongside Lemon, of course. And again, made it close, made it far, but barely didn't quite make it through. GG, well played. I hope that he's able to walk away with this a little bit satisfied. Like, I know that it's heartbreaking to lose a series like this, but again, to make it this far in the qualifier, to make it this close to EWC was an amazing feat here from Goblin. An amazing feat. Something to be proud of course. GG, well played. GG, well played. Much love here to Goblin. And again, congratulations to HeRoMaRinE. Congratulations. With that, we have one series left. We have one series remaining here. Oh my god, Jesus. We have one series remaining. It is going to be one final best of 7 between another Terran and another Protoss. It's going to be Ryung versus Estrella. Oh boy, Estrella, he was able to pop off earlier. Estrella, he was able to deny Gumiho, shut Gumiho down, and knock Gumiho out of the qualifier. And he is now one step closer to making it into the main event. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we have that final series ready for you. See you soon after the break. See you soon.